we're here to look at how can we harmonize our seed laws, seed systems, testing, everything, and then make sure that countries will benefit from each other, and we'll have a seed system that works for every member of the country of the East and Central African region. So we did a very good job and came up with recommendations on how we can go about this, and then also, more importantly, agree amongst ourselves to set up a small think tank to have a look at those recommendations so that we can have something that can work not only today, but go for a long time in a sustainable way. When you say food security, that means we are not producing enough food in the continent. That's one. And so why are we not producing enough food in the country? There are so many reasons. One, of course, is the fact that the farmers who are producing food today are very old. Two, they are using inefficient technologies to produce food. Three, we don't have enough extension support for these farmers. Four, we have many youth out there who are supposed to be helping producing food, but they are not. So what we are discussing with all the countries in the region, in Africa, and with the support of the African Development Bank, is to see how can we mobilize the youth to be part of food production in Africa. We can stop importing food. Two, how can we get the government to come up with regulations that will help actors, whether you call them the private sector, you call them the youth, or you call them smaller farmers, to be able to produce enough food in Africa. And three, how can we bring the private sector partners to put in more money into food production and also work with the smallholder farmers, who are many in Africa.
So every human being, every African will need to eat. Our forefathers have been going to farm. They're depending on implements that were very crude. The best they could do was to expand their land every year. Today, the land is not available to expand anymore because the pressure on the land has become too much. In fact, to own a land today, it's a great fight. So how do we feed the teeming population of Africa with the increasing population growth that is going on at an alarming rate? We must redesign our agriculture. We must use technologies and innovations. The world that we know across over there, the Americans, the Asians, the Europeans, they had their agriculture moving forward simply because they were able to bring in technologies and innovations. If we depend on the hoe and the cutlass, we will not be able to feed the African population of tomorrow. So that is why the African Development Bank, which is an African institution, thought it necessary that it is not right for Africans to go to bed hungry. Let's come together, let's reason together, and see how we can make African agriculture productive. The best way worldwide has been to use technologies and innovations. And so the Technologies for African Agricultural Transformation, TAAT, came to being as a child of necessity by the African Development Bank to work with the international research institutions that are in agriculture, to work with partners like Ali that are in agriculture, and to help our regional country members to make sure that when their smallholder farmers go to farm, they do not practice agriculture the way their forefathers did. This time we are looking at increasing yield from the same land, getting more from the same piece of land. And you can only do that by using improved technologies and innovations.
So we are looking into how can we modernize the way farmers are producing food. There are modern machines, mechanization techniques they can use, machines they can use, and this is what will attract youth to go into agriculture. Two, is that when they produce more and make more money, you don't need to preach to them. Everybody likes money, but they have to make money. So we want to show them how they can make money from agriculture. Not only producing, but also processing. And then providing food, not only for the community where they live, also for the entire world, as long as they are making money into it. And this is already happening in Africa. Youth are really getting into agriculture. They are producing, they are making money because they are not using just ordinary hand. They are business owners. They are entrepreneurs who are employing even people who can come and help them in agriculture.